他们的恐惧是我们的武器，我们的胜利。谢谢了，兄弟姐妹们，你们健身了吗？行动，行动，行动！中共，你完了 ！Take down the CCP！
Just beginning for the games you want to play. Bring it on and I will fight to the end. Just watch and see. It's all started, everything's begun, and you are over. Cause we're taking down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all lied for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. Let's take down the CCP. Let the bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
中共，
Let the bullets fly a little
你
longer.
完了！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
中共，你完了！干灭中国共产党这个 CCP， 还能让我们远离恐惧。Take down the CCP。
They try to scare the nation with fabrication, but we see through the lies. You got police corruption with crooked assumption. They ran our lives, but no more. We will win. We will take down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all lied for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. Let's take down the CCP. The bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little
为
longer.
奴役的人
Let
们
the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little
你
longer.
完了
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
！Take down
Let
the
the bullets fly a
CCP。
little longer. Bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little
CCP。
longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little
CCP。
longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down the evil CCP。
So some senator have a very serious question, and they all those high tech boss, the free is the Facebook's Zuckerberg, and then Jack from Twitter, and also I think Google. So three of the CEOs, they're facing very serious and intensive questioning from the senators. They are questioning that who the hell give them the right to censor people, and then they also ask them the question focus on, do they really believe that it's gonna be affect the election, so or interfere with the elections for those posts from the Google or Facebook or the Twitter. So you can see that how embarrassing they are, but they still try to say something to cover up. So I would looking for more serious evidence or whatever. Yeah, because evidence, everybody knows that. Yeah, so many accounts get blocked. So that's why now we switch the battle to the Parler. So as you know that we have a new account. We opened a new battle in the Parler, the app, and also Gap.com. So our account for Parler is at HFC Medium 64. So do follow us there. So we need to fight with those big tech censorship, and also we need to have our voice out and then tell people the truth. So what do you think?
Victor, can you tell us what happened on the hearing yesterday? I know that Facebook had Mark Zuckerberg and also Twitter's CEO. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Jack.
The one with the beard. Yeah, Jack Dorsey. Yeah, Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey, yes.
And also, I don't know if Google's CEO appeared on yesterday's hearing too. Yes. Can you tell us?
Three high techs, they all appear. But the thing is that the more intensive question is on Twitter, and I saw some clips from the Fox News. So
okay. Tell us about that.
So they are facing very serious and intensive question. As I said, that focus on that if the high tech company are interfering with the election. So they also accusing that, like Ted Cruz, they accusing that they said that why do you using double standards? So
when the Jack Dorsey was asked about if you are interfering, if Twitter is interfering the presidential election, what did he say? How did he respond to this?
I think he eventually he has to admit that they were wrong, but he also
admitted that. He actually admitted that.
No, he didn't say that. He said, "Oh, within 24 hours." Yeah, he said that. He said, "Oh, within 24 hours, we correct that." No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that it's the intervention or the effect with the. He just like covering up. Yeah, use some excuse. Yeah, so he didn't.
So really, he was asked. He was asked by, I think, Ted Cruz, the Senator Ted Cruz, why Twitter banned New York Post, the fourth largest media in New York, right? So, and he said they made a fast decision that the New York Post's articles related to Joe Biden and Hunter Biden are violating the rules of Twitter. That's what he said. And then later, I think later Senator was asking after a few days that FBI also proved that Joe Biden, Hunter Biden's hard drive laptop from hell is not Russian disinformation. I think that's from a public article from DOJ or FBI was denying that this is a Russian hoax. And then what Twitter's head Jack Dorsey said, I think they changed the policy related to the Hunter Biden's hard drive. And what's funny is when the senator was keep asking how can New York Post publish those articles, and use their Twitter account. I think Jack Dorsey replied that, oh, they have to log in again and delete all the Twitters that were violating the rules. Then they're able to retweet again all those deleted tweets. So it sounds like very ridiculous. So, you know, all the news depends on the timing, right? It's called news because it's breaking news. If you report something that is a month ago, people's attention won't be drawn, and also people will be doubting why they deleted all these tweets and post it again. And it's just one of the I think, from my opinion, it's just one of the excuses that Twitter prepared for a long time, that they can always use their term of rules, to suppress what's really important to reveal the Joe Biden family's scandal. And I remember one of the questions is actually very good. Like, he's asking Jack Dorsey, who elected you as the people who can decide what information can be tweeted and what information cannot be tweeted, right? Because he, as the CEO, he is the one of the oligarchs, has the power to say your information violates Twitter's rules. And he is one of them who decides Twitter's rules. And like you said, he was questioned why you didn't suppress the information about Donald Trump, because the reason he used this, the Biden's family's hard drive scandal is because of cyber hack, and you cannot Twitter anything that from the hacker. So, but they were asked. He was asked too that, oh, Trump's tax return is also hacked information, right? And you were, allowing everybody circulating the Trump's tax return information. So that's obviously double standard, and to trying to protect the left wings, the Democrats, because Twitter is controlled by Democrats, and that's why they're influencing the presidential election. That's my opinion.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Sun, what do you think? You're on mute. You're on mute, Mr. Sun. Mr. Sun, you're on mute.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I think if we can go even further, Twitter is CCP is behind them, so is Facebook. I'm not sure Google. So when it's really bother me when I hear them keep lying in front of senator, in front of all the audience, and they can intentionally selective the censorship. In this particular case, the truth come out from the we call the hard drive from the hell, right?
Yeah.
And they intentionally blocked it, and I just don't understand. Do you think the American people and the justice will find this out eventually, or they somehow? I think they have colluded with FBI and DOJ already, and I think part of the reason they have so much audacity and to saying this, probably they have the collusion with Joe Biden family and the past few government generation, and that's my second thought. And
yeah.
Possible.
Right. I think that definitely the BGY very successful in the U.S. medium. So also yesterday the hearing. So the Twitter and Facebook, they have been accused of bias against the conservatives because they cannot name a single high-profile significant person in the from the Liberty Party yet they have been censored. And also because that, as Harley mentioned, the text is very sensitive information. How can you circling around without any consent, right? So
remember, Facebook is in business with CCP. Okay, Facebook ultimately was controlled by CCP.
Right.
He revealed this email between Hunter Biden and his associates, his partners. In the email, it says Mark Zuckerberg is going to be the partner with Hunter Biden's company BHR, and those shell companies eventually controlled by BHR. So Mark Zuckerberg is using Joe Biden's political influence to get the approval for certain project. And then they will flip this project, sell it to Mark Zuckerberg after they get the government approval, right? So Mark Zuckerberg is is doing business with Biden's family and trying to use Joe Biden's influence. And remember, Zuckerberg is a son-in-law. He has a Chinese wife, right? And he visited Beijing and had a lot of positive propaganda on him. And Facebook, like the stock market, is Wall Street, Mnuchin are all colluding with CCP. And the most important way for those big tech getting money is from stock market. Their stock, their stock price is going up like rocket ship. No matter if it's COVID or not, like Facebook's value. If you are familiar with the stock market, like Nasdaq, the value is crazy right now, and behind the scene is controlled by the Wall Street and CCP, and Wall Street. The whole thing is planned out. If you think about this, CCP is influencing Joe Biden and also all those powerful families to eventually control the U.S. industries and to control the U.S. stock market, and that's their ultimate goal, to control U.S. people, and they're doing actually very successfully. They actually have power to manipulate the stock market, the Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and S&P. Like you can see these 3 days, the market is down like more than 5%. Within 3 days, 1 week before the final election. Why they're doing it? Like remember, from April to October, the stock market is totally different direction compared to the actual underlying economy. Okay, so if you are economist, or if you are trader, or if you are anywhere familiar with the finance industry, you can't believe that the stock market is going up from 2,700 to 3,500 while there are 12 million people unemployed. Crazy! Like it's totally different direction. Nobody got believe it. The only explanation is that it's manipulated by a certain group of people, and my knowledge tells me that it's Wall Street elites, those Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, all those big investment, the banking. Also, they're collaborating with Chinese Communist Party. Remember, HNA had almost like 20% of Deutsche Bank at a certain point, and the CCP families, they have various shell companies like Ping An Group, and all those state-owned bank. They're controlling tremendous ownership in the foreign financial institutions, and in turn, and also they're doing billions and billions of deal with Wall Street elites through BlackRock. BlackRock is one of the board member of BlackRock is actually Wang Qishan's mistress, right? Anyway, but my point is they have the power to control all these investment bankers, financial institutions in US, to manipulate the stock market. So that's how this is one of their ways to try to impact Trump's election. Trump is one who is paying more attention, is very careful about the stock market, because he thinks stock market actually represents if the economy is healthy or not. And a lot of US people, they have investment in stock market through their 401ks. So back to my point is these high-tech companies, they are colluding with CCP. No matter if they know it or not, they're actually hurting the US national security by influencing, interfering the presidential election.
Yeah, they're getting too much power. And also the email from the laptop from the help also revealed that there's a connection between Joe Biden and Mark Zuckerberg. So you can go to G News and GTV also look at those news. So talk about the day 6. So today we have more emails came out, issued exposed for around the world, the audience. So there's 7 emails so far, and so the first, it's all about the it's all about the company like Burisma. So about the Ukraine energy company and Joe Biden, what's the relationship, and some details disclosed. But now I don't really get. So the first one is about the Burisma, and then they talked about the.
Do you want me to read it? Do you want
yeah,
to read
sure.
It's quite a short email. This one is from Vadim Pozharsky. So I'll give you. It's from Vadim Pozharsky to Hunter Biden and his partner Devon Archer. So Vadim Pozharsky is a consultant from Burisma. A little bit of background of this Ukraine guy. He was consulting the cabinet of Minister of Ukraine on international corporations, and he's the one who has extensive knowledge on those energy oligarchs in Ukraine. And Burisma was the largest energy supplier in Ukraine. Burisma provided almost 60% energy supply in Ukraine. Okay, so he is the one representing Burisma. We'll talk about who actually owns Burisma later. But from this email, this is from Vadim to Hunter Biden, Devon Archer, and Vadim says, "Dear colleagues, just to let you know, either today or during next days, our Polish colleague will comment personally that he also on the board. I believe it will help to cool down the media pressure that you're experiencing now. Please wait until that happens to build our strategy from there." And this email is on May 14. So we all know Vadim, I just mentioned him. We all know Hunter Biden. We all know Devon Archer, right? Devon Archer is the partner of Hunter Biden on BHR. And, tens of other companies that they partner together, like Rosemont, Seneca. And the Polish guy mentioned, Polish colleague mentioned in this email. Do you guys know who he is?
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, but can you give us more background if you know?
So I have a speculations because I did some digging just now that Vadim worked for mission of the European Parliament in Ukraine in a few years ago. And that department, that European Parliament in Ukraine, was headed by former Poland President Alexander. Okay, so this former president could be the Polish colleague that was mentioned in this email. And if you dig further, that Burisma is based in Ukraine, but Burisma is registered in Cyprus. Cyprus is a small country. There's a lot of it's a tax haven basically, and a lot of money laundering through Cyprus. Okay, so Burisma is registered in Cyprus, And according to Cyprus Corporate Director Registration public paper record, it shows the EX Poland's president, who was the man I just mentioned, Alexander. He was on the board of Burisma. So with this information, I'm actually quite sure that the Polish colleague mentioned in this email was the former Poland president from 1995 to 2005. He was president for 10 years, almost 10 years. And he joined Burisma as one of the board directors since 2014. And one additional point that he used to, want to draw Ukraine closer to Brussels. Brussels is basically Belgium. I don't know why he has this intention, but for sure that he keeps a close relationship with people from Ukraine. He talks to Ukrainian people, government frequently. So that's what I can find. Email. You guys have any thoughts?
I think Mr. Sun, yeah, you said that you read the second email, right? So
no, we're focusing on the first email first, right? We haven't gone to second email yet. If you guys, after, when Vadim, who representing Burisma or Ukraine state, basically it's the biggest energy company in Ukraine. And they're having Hunter Biden, the son of U.S. Vice President, and the former Poland president.
I don't have any clue about these emails, yeah, but I realized that in 2014 is the Ukraine revolution, so the president had been overturned, but I'm not sure if anything related to this one. Also, I
think the former Poland president was trying to rescuing the former Ukraine president out from prison.
Yeah, because they in the email, right? They talk about cool down the medium pressure. I'm not sure what about pressure they were talking about. Is that the revolution or just the company?
No.
So I'm not sure.
So from the information I collected, I think this pressure. That's a good question actually, because people will think like why this will cool down pressure. What's the pressure is? The pressure, I think it's because of corruption and tax evasion, money laundering. That's where the pressure is, because this company was actually owned by a person named Mykola. And Mykola is the minister of Ukraine, like minister of ecology, related to the environment and energy sector. Okay, he is the minister, and he was claimed as ally of the fugitive ex-president Viktor, which the one you said was present.
The president.
Not present. I think he actually fled. He was the fugitive. So
no, the president. The president.
Yeah, the president, right? Yeah. So he was the ally of the fugitive ex-president Viktor. Viktor is probably the president you were referring to, who was overturned by its people. Okay, and it's because they have huge corruption among the that government, among Viktor and Mykola. That's why the people are overturning it, right? Because it's just like CCP. They are sucking all these wealth from the Chinese people, and Ukrainian leaders. At that time they were also sucking money from Ukrainian people, because this state-owned company is actually owned by Mykola and the so-called fugitive ex-president Viktor. So then, at that time, you can see the pressure comes from the the collusion, the corruption inside of the board of Burisma, the shareholder of Burisma, and also the shareholder of the country, which are the government officials. So I think that's where the pressure comes from. And by
so this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this email was written on May 14. So I kind of went back to the first report on the day one. We exposed the first reports. So there's some they list 2014 some big news there, like big events there. All I can find is that on May 7 to 8, Hunter visited China for the 5th time for undisclosed reasons, according to the FOIA records. So this one is after Hunter Biden visited China.
So first, Hunter Biden visited China.
Yeah.
Did it say if he visited China on Air Force 2 or he visited China, personally, privately?
Yeah.
What did that? Which one?
I am not sure. May 7 to 8. Yeah. So I found out in the first report.
Did he go back with his dad, or he went back alone?
I have no idea. I didn't check out those information.
Okay.
But, yeah.
If Sarah, you can upload the the picture I posted on Discord. That is a picture between Joe Biden and David Archer, and that email is from May 13th, 2014.
Right before, okay.
Right after Hunter joined the. Around that time, Hunter in May 2014, Hunter joined the board of Burisma, right? And you said that before that, Hunter went to China to had a secret meetings, right? And this picture tells us that the reason, if you have common sense, you can see the reason Burisma hired Hunter Biden as the board member is because his father. Like this email says that it's from Eric Schwerin to Hunter Biden, saying that Burisma's website uploaded this picture of Joe Biden and they should be deleted immediately because it will cause active impact on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Because nobody want Joe Biden has any link to the Ukraine Burisma, right? So it's quite clear to me that Hunter's getting paid up to $183,000 every month by Burisma to use his daddy's influence, right? Because the guy who was also on the board was former president of Poland. Hunter was nobody. Hunter was a drug addict at that time. If you check the Hunter's history, in 2014, he was kicked out from the naval service because he was caught when he did those tests. He was caught that he was using cocaine in Navy. That's why he was kicked out. Nobody will hire this drug addict at that time, right? But this biggest energy company in Ukraine happened to hire Hunter as board member, paying him like millions of dollars every year. For doing what?
Yeah, so the email 7 just came out, also said that in May 15. So the chairman of the board of directors of Burisma coordinates the appointment of former Polish President Kaczynski.
This is the one I just mentioned. Right now. Yeah, it's Alexander.
Yeah.
Alexander, yes.
Yeah. So this the interview defending Burisma. So they're defending the Burisma. So right after that, this is the email right after that. Yeah, at the beginning they said that the cool down the tense, right, and then the stress. Now they the medium tension. Now they defending it. So
if you're interested in digging further, this guy Alexander, the former president of Poland, worked with Vadim, the sender of the first email, the guy from Burisma. They worked together for mission of the European Parliament in Ukraine for years. And what does this mission of the European Parliament do? Are they, not only Ukraine, but also, other European countries like Russia, Cyprus, Belgium, like even other countries? Are they all together on this? Are these government leaders have shares, interest in this company, Burisma? Are these all arranged by Chinese Communist Party? Like, these are all, legitimate or reasonable questions, suspicious questions that we should ask for, because it looks to me that all these countries' leaders, they're sitting together on the board of this Burisma company, one of the most corrupted company. Because in 2014 November, there was a news claiming that the owner Makola, who is the owner of Burisma, claiming that he was involved in a money laundering event, and that was revealed by Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank reported 24 million funds was wired from Burisma Cyprus account to Latvia branch of private bank. So Latvia is another European country who was, is quite corrupted. Remember, if you watch closely to the Wave 2 pictures and videos that we revealed about Hunter Biden, so we know that Hunter Biden is perfect, right? And he is very fond in sex video chatting with different women. And one of the women, if you remember, is from Latvia. Why he was video chatting with a woman from Latvia? Is it related to this 24 million money laundering event that was happened in 2014, the year he joined Burisma's board of director? Nice.
Yeah.
No response.
I just checked Alexander's profile. Yeah, he was, after the fall of communists, he became a leader of the left-wing social democracy of the Republic of Poland. So he was a communist before. So
he was what? A communist?
Communist. Yeah, he was.
Communist?
Yeah.
How about Latvia? I'm wondering, is that country also, controlled by communism?
Now they might change a little bit, but I think that's still, yeah. So, because that's the former Yugoslavia, right? So they're all part of the Communist Party, right? So, I mean, the Communist Party controlled countries before.
Yeah, Communist Party of Latvia, right?
Yeah,
Latvia is also controlled by Communist Party. That all makes sense now.
Yeah, yeah, they're all together. So, at that time, I also noticed that what happens in China is that there's two big things in China. Xi Jinping was just started quite a year of the anti-corruption campaign in China. So that was pretty much he took down so many high-ranking Chinese government officials, and including in the army, the Vice President Xu Zhaihou, and then the Vice President Zhou Yongkang, and so that's the most senior official in the history of China's Communist Party to face the criminal charge in a corruption case, also arrested. That also happens in 2014. So I'm not sure if that's related. Also, in May 2014, Moscow and Beijing signed a 400 billion deal agreeing that Russian will supply China with 38 billion cubic meters of natural gas annually for 30 years through pipelines into China from fields in eastern Russia. So pretty much, yeah, China and Russia finalized the deal for the natural gas pipelines in 2014. That's in May. It happens in the same month. So I'm not sure if they're related. So that's the biggest event I can relate it to the Burisma case, because they are all natural gas energy companies, and also like the circle of the Communist Party and related to CCP. So
remember what also happened in 2014, except those things that you mentioned. I found this event is quite related, relevant. In 2014, Sinopec sold 30% of its share to a private sector. Okay, because Sinopec is a public company, the biggest petroleum company in China, and they sold 30% of its holding for $17 billion in 2014, late 2014, early 2015, and I think they picked. There's this email we showed like a few days ago. They picked 25 players as a final buyer for this 30% stake. Among that 25 buyers, there is BHR. BHR was the company formed by David Narcher, Hunter Biden, and the Heinz, the stepson of the former Secretary of the U.S., right, the Chris Heinz. So why Hunter Biden in 2014 became the board of Burisma, at the same time purchased a stake in a Chinese state-controlled petroleum company, Sinopec. It happened the same year. And the year that he was kicked out from the Navy because of dealing drugs. Why Hunter?
Later
right?
in the year. That was later in the year, yes.
All these events,
yeah.
guys, all these events, just give me one answer. I only can find out one answer by all these relevant events. Joe Biden was compromising himself to Chinese Communist Party, so that's why his son Hunter Biden had the opportunity to invest in Sinopec. Joe Biden was compromising himself to Ukraine government. That's why his son was able to become the board member, getting millions of dollars every year. That's the only answer that I can find. Like I can see reasonable to answer like these suspicious events.
So let's see what Mr. Sun has to say about this. Yeah, I know that you said you read the second email or some emails. Yeah, so maybe you can tell us what do you think about this the third wave of the email exposure.
Believe it or not, I don't have much. I have a lot of questions about this, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So the email came from Bill Bartman, I call, right?
Yeah.
If you Google Bartman.
So we're talking about the second email, are we?
Yeah, that's it. Email.
We can't translate to second email. We can go back to the first email if you continue.
Sarah, I just want our audience to know what we're talking about. And Sarah, can you put the second email on the screen so that the audience can also see it? Okay, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt, Ms. Sun.
So the email came from Bill Bartman, and that is October 16, 2014, right? To Hunter Biden. Hunter, your friends stand with you, unconditionally. Let me know if I can help you. I can help during this awkward moment. as you know, I have experienced with awkward moments. Bill. And then on the bottom, there's the Wall Street report about Hunter Biden failed cocaine drug test to be a Navy officer. And I tried to search that, and basically the information is, I think he signed as a waiver, a Navy officer, Navy service, and then retested and failed. And so that tells you the question, what question we can ask. Number one, they shouldn't at the first place to recruit at Navy officer. Second one, they failed, right? So now from Bill, he said unconditionally as a friend. And so we can dig in the relationship between Bill Barnett and Hunter Biden. They're friend and unconditionally. So what is awkward moment for Bill Barnett? When I look at his online profile, and I'm not sure exactly which one, but you can see he maybe used the same drug before, and other one maybe the sex, underage sex. We haven't revealed that yet, right? And third one is bankruptcy and also go to lawsuit and also to quit. So don't know which one is which one, but apparently they are good friends unconditionally. We can dig in that more and more about this, but I can tell you, he make a lot of money by manipulating Wall Street. And in this particular case, he created two companies before and after bankruptcy. It's about the debt. It's about the credit. And that's the time in 2008 and 2009. And American have the big real estate and the financial crisis, and Obama and Biden, they bail out the automobile industry, the insurance company, the mortgage company, and all the money go to Wall Street. They hook up together. Basically, all those money they take from the little guy, the blue-collar people, the people who have mortgage, and they give money to big bank. Basically, at that time, the bank also consolidate. They used to be have like 1,000 bank, now become 150. The banker, the bigger become bigger and bigger. So and also there's the few company collapse and bankrupt at that time. That really is money laundering. It's just what China doing, but they doing in American way. Take money from other people and create the debt, and first of all give their credit to buy something, and pump the price like Wall Street, and now dump it. And then I was there in 2008. Most real estate in the commercial plaza, houses, everything is about 30% empty. So when you have a plaza, 30% empty, you don't make money, right? So the house is the same thing. Large American people, blue-collar people, when they default, like price, like Toronto, like Canada, price going 1.2 million. If the price going down 30%, they don't have any equity, so some just walk away, right? So they create so much. Even now, they still have a bank owned property, big time. They still like slowly released to public. So all those money is recycled money, and this is a big scandal in American history. I don't know how much trillion we lost in that one day, and it's all go to some Jaime Island, whether Switch Bank, whatever it is. So what's the difference this time? We have another crisis what's going on right now, right? So compare that crisis, I think Trump handled much better. They give money to the little guy, for the worker, for the small business owner. But this is what we have right now. Is one of the kind in our human history. Number one is World War III. Believe it or not, for the audience you listen to here, you are so lucky to get this. The war has been started about 20 years ago. It's called Unrestricted Conventional War. It's all front. And if from CCP have infiltrated every part of Western life and Europe, Canada, every place. So our battlefield is United States right now. And also the timing, it's just these few days. They have been waiting for so long, but this is a critical time. For those audience, you have been here, whether you're American or not, you got this message, you got to find the truth. Call your friend, pick up the phone, our family, whatever you know. Try to tell God's truth from GTV and G News for all media. And don't let those other people to be controlled. Now, for those American and Canadian, for those dual citizen people, you vote make a difference. So if you never voted before, this is the time. Pick up the phone and all you vote and get the truth. And also when you vote, you want to be careful about this. First of all, you have to do, they always fix the ID. They also fix the ballot. So you have to also do pay attention to that. And other thing is you be alert, audit, watching you counting. That's my part about this email. So we'll leave that later on. Holly and Victor, take on from here.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so what do you say about the second one? I think Harley kind of mentioned this one. This happens in October 16th. So that's 5 months after the first email. So this is about he failed the drug testing and then discharged from the Navy. So after that, and then I think before that he already became he get hired by the Prisma.
Look, I'll give our audience a bit of background of this guy, Bill Boardman. So he is a businessman, okay? And his business is basically, giving those debts and then collecting debts, basically mortgage company. And he was actually doing very well in 1990s. He had a good reputation, and his reputation is because that he's not collecting debts using strong arm tactics by most of the mafias at that time. Instead, he's treating people with respect, right, and helping them out of bad situations. Actually, that's what he was promoted for, and because of that, he was nominated for the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize because his debt collection reform efforts. So to me, it looks like this guy looks like very noble. He had a good reputation, but look at his company. His company actually didn't do well in 2014. There was a scandal saying that somebody in his company had a fraud, accounting fraud or money laundering fraud, and the company was actually out for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection during that time. So he looks like his career was down in early 2012 or 2014, and he actually died while he was in 60s in 2016. So he died because I think health issue following the heart bypass surgery. Basically, he has a heart problem. He died 16. And this email is from him to Hunter Biden in 2014 and mentioned he has similar awkward experience. Is he also a drug addict? That's why he has a heart problem and died in 60s? I don't know, but to me, I can't find a direct connection between this guy, Bill Bartman, and Hunter Biden, except that they might also both be drug addict. Like Miss Sung suspecting that they might have a sex problem with underage girl, or they have financial interest. Maybe they're doing business together. But this guy was in mortgage industry. I don't know how it linked to Hunter Biden. Victor, your thoughts?
I am not sure because we know that so many people in CCP China, right? They either get heart attack or they jump from the high buildings, yeah, and committed suicide. So I'm not sure about. I'm not really sure about his health condition, honestly. Yeah. So, but definitely he has a drug problem. But the drug problem also, if you're overdose, it's easy to get some problem, right? If you're a long time drug addict, definitely you're not gonna live for long. So.
Okay, so we agree that this second email, just tells us, verifies that Hunter Biden was kicked out from Navy because of drug problem, and he was long time a drug addict.
Yeah.
Are you guys agree? Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we gotta just leave Bill Bartman out of the scene for now until further evidence come up. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Let's just go to the third email then.
Yeah. Can you read it? Let me see. Where's the third email? Is it on the screen right now? Or that's Hunter Biden's partner, Devon Archer, invites the firm's partner, Heather King, to join Burisma. So in the email, it's from Devon Archer. He said, Heather, thank you for the time today and great job on the call. Sorry for the repeat performance. I look forward to working with you on this very special and potentially tremendous opportunity with Burisma. Following the processing and execution of your engagement letter, we should spend 30 minutes on the phone getting you up to speed on my internal background on the company, management, and board profiles, and the immediate challenges we are facing. Very best, Devon. So, Devon, yeah. That's the third email. So, what do you think?
Who is Heather King?
I think that we get some information from the email, right? I saw that before on the screen.
Yeah, he is a lawyer. She is a lawyer. She's a partner from Boyce, Schiller and Flexner LLP. Yeah, like except that I know that she's a lawyer. I don't know anything about her.
I think she's she's a lawyer partner. Yeah, Boyce, Schiller and Flexner LLP.
Yeah, that's what I have for now. Like I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
I would suggest, I'm not sure, right? And does this lawyer have a connection with the Vice President Harris, the husband connection? They are the lawyer before.
You mean Kamala Harris?
Yes. and they're I think
They're in the
her
same law
husband
firm.
is a law firm, and that's my suggestion. Right, I'm trying to searching about this.
So okay, so while you're searching about this, I'll just find out the bio of this Heather King. She counsels companies and individuals facing complex legal disputes. It's like she is a specialist in certain area, including threatened civil or criminal litigation, congressional or regulatory inquiries, and the related media attention. So congressional and regulatory inquiries that will relate to Burisma, and also related to media attention. Seems like she has some specialty in dealing in a situation where Hunter Biden became board of Burisma as the vice president's son. Experience in high-profile litigation crisis management contributes to her strong background in media relations. Oh, there you go. She has a strong background in media relationships. So, and she's good at dealing those crises, managing those crises.
Okay. But other than that, yeah, I'm not sure what else she's related for the.
I found something about she is the department, State Department. Is in the Obama administration. He's the officer and part of the inside that Biden-Obama administration.
So she is a high-profile legal counsel and has some connections in the U.S. government, and she has connections in media relations. That's why, because remember, if you go back to the first email, it says they have this media pressure. During
that's right. I think
2014 May, right?
That.
Yes, and this third email between Heather and David Archer is 2014 April. So they have this ongoing meetings with Heather to deal the media pressure for Burisma. Okay, I think that's it for this email.
That makes sense right now. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So let's go to the next one then.
So the third email is about the David Archer reported to Hunter about the itinerary of Burisma's executives to the U.S., Mexico, and Kazakhstan. So in this email, they just have a list of the schedule, tentative proposed schedule from May 7 to June the 2nd. Some are cancelled. So one is cancelled. The Paris Prep Board meeting on between May 7 to 9. So I'm not sure if that's on the screen. Yeah, it's on the screen right now. So as you can see, that just some schedule.
Yeah, so in this schedule, there are a few persons' name.
Yeah.
One is the Vadim, which was one I talked about in the first email.
The first email.
Burisma. Nikolai was the beneficiary of Burisma. One of the person in Ukraine. And there is this country, Kazakhstan, mentioned in this email. So I know that there's a story about how Joe Biden compromised, of to Kazakhstan. They have this notorious event happening. Anyone has any knowledge about that?
Not really.
No, not really.
Kazakhstan? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a former Soviet Union country, right?
Yeah, but there are a few countries that Joe Biden compromised too. One of is China and Russia, Ukraine, Iran, and also this one, Kazakhstan. Let me just find that news. So there are photos showing Joe Biden meeting Hunter's alleged business partner from Kazakhstan. Oh, so Joe Biden was actually meeting those people from Kazakhstan, who was Hunter's partners on Burisma. So I will screenshot this picture and send it to Discord so you guys see it. But while I'm doing that, you guys jump in.
So, Mr. Sun, what do you think so far? Yeah, when you look at just 4 emails, do you have any clue so far? What's the picture? Can you connect up right now? What's your guess?
My well guess is they all colluded, and this with the Burisma is about money. It's about how you target for each liters gas move from Russia to Europe. I think they holding about it's about 60% came from there. It's about the money, about the corruption, and so they want basically like tax it every liter. Okay, now we have got another. Oh yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, did you find that picture, Sarah? I posted it in Discord. So basically, that picture is between Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and the former Prime Minister Karim Asomov and his son on Kazakhstan. So, and this is a secret picture. Like nobody has ever seen this. Like, it's not published. It's not public picture. Okay, and why? Where and when did they take this picture, and what they're talking about? Are they talking about any business deal that gonna cause national security, compromising the Biden family? I don't know. Let me find out.
Now, Heather King also, he's formerly Kerry's chief staff for the United States Department.
Biden's campaign denied Biden had an official meeting with Vadim Zarsky, also the former prime minister from Kazakhstan.
So I just realized that in the third email, right? That's from Stephen Archer to Hunter Biden. So the May 7 to 9, the board meeting canceled. Why is canceled at that time? So if you go back to the first report, so at that time, Biden was visiting China. So May 7, yes. So May 7 to 8, according to the FOIA records, Hunter visited China for the 5th time. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, Hunter Biden cannot attend that meeting because he was in China.
Yeah, could be. Mm-hmm.
And back to this photo, Biden's campaign team claimed that he didn't have any official meeting with Vadim, the one Burisma meeting with the former prime minister from these pictures and emails showing opposite. Okay, so Biden is always claiming that he doesn't have any business knowledge about Hunter Biden's business deal with Burisma or CEFC or all those state-owned companies. He's always claiming that, and that is plausible deniability that James Biden said to Tom Bobulinski, which was, from Tom Bobulinski himself as a witness, right? And plausible deniability is to deny that officer, which is Biden, has any knowledge on certain compromising event. So that's what he's doing. And look at these pictures. Obviously, Joe Biden has various meetings with his son's partners, right? And that's why we're always saying this hard drive content is not just the bagman of Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the big guy behind the scene. He is one who is making deals with Burisma, with CEFC, with Xie Jinping, right? With Kazakhstan's former minister. They're all in it. They're all have a piece in Burisma, or in Sinopec, in those different energy companies in different countries.
Harley, any idea when the picture took it?
No, like I said, I don't know when this picture was taken, but obviously, if you check that email, the fourth email, which has the schedule, it says in June, after the Kyiv board meeting, the week following in Kyiv is Kazakhstan. So probably my guess is 2014 June they took this picture. But okay, we have to go back to check, the vice president then's schedule, if he flew to Kyiv to do anything at that time. So actually, it's interesting.
Let me validate it. Maybe this email from Wendy Bozarsky. That is the subject is a meeting for coffee, date April 17, 2005, and to Hunter Biden. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to DC and giving an opportunity to meet your father and spend some time together. It is really an honor and pleasure. As we spoke yesterday evening, would be great to meet today for a quick coffee. What do you think? I could come to your office somewhere around noon or so, before or on my way to airport. Best. We and this Russian iPhone. I think that happened in 2015.
So I found the evidence. Okay, so 2014, April 21st, Biden arrives in Ukraine to show U.S. support as crisis with Russian continues. So remember that we showed this picture between David Archer and Joe Biden in Ukraine on Burisma's website. That's when Joe Biden visited Ukraine. At that time, because all these Ukraine-Russia problem going on, and inside Ukraine there's corruption problem going on, U.S. was lending this $1 billion help loan, and Obama assigned Biden as point man, pivot guy to Ukraine, and Biden went to Ukraine in 2014, late April. And that's why we had this picture. And that's why Hunter Biden was appointed to the board member in May. Because Joe Biden had a meeting with Vadim, which he denied, in that report I just mentioned. And later, we have this email from Vadim to Hunter, right? So the timeline matches. Okay? So 2014, first thing is Obama appointed Joe Biden as a pivot guy to Ukraine to help Ukraine. He was assigned 3 tasks. First one is to protect Ukraine from sedition against Russia, and the second is to allocate that $1 billion help loan. Okay, and the third is to reduce corruption. reduce the corruption inside of Ukraine government. Okay, so I think they ended up, selling Ukraine more military weapons or defense weapons. That in turn was actually stolen by Chinese counterparty. That's a different topic that we can talk about that later. But he was assigned these 3 tasks at a time. And what he really did, he failed to accomplish any of those 3 tasks. He leveraged that 1 billion to hire that prosecutor who was investigating his son's rated company, Burisma. Right? He's not using that 1 billion properly. He's using that leverage to accomplish certain goal in benefit of his own family, his own son, and himself. So after that, he went back to Ukraine, had very secret meetings with, board members or owners from Burisma, and have his son to become one of the board members. And that's when, all these people coming in, David Archer, Heather King, Vadim Zarsky, right? It all makes sense now. And later in 2014, he went to Kyiv. Let me confirm that, but you guys jump in. I know that he went to Ukraine, but let me confirm if he went to Kyiv. That's my speculation.
So when we talk about the Kazakhstan trip, there's the email 6 also mentioned that. So the Kazakhstan, the trip. Let me read it because I'm not sure it related to the first one. I know that they show all these emails here in like have a purpose to serve some purpose for each email. I believe that. But now we still cannot have a very clear picture how to connect the dots. So this 6 email is that Burisma's internal email shows that Secret Service officers to join the Kazakhstan trip. Why they invite Secret Service officers? Because they are top VIP members. I'm not sure. Okay, so there's a Dear Sebastian. That's from Vadim Pozarsky. Dear Sebastian, please let me know how many Secret Service officers will be joining us for our Kazakhstan trip, so that we could arrange a proper chapter. Best regards, Vadim.
Oh, sorry, Kyiv is a city in Ukraine. I was doing it like so stupid. Like look,
oh, it's a person. Okay.
Kyiv is a city from Ukraine. Okay.
Yeah. That's
so
right.
if you go back to, you guys should remind me. I was making a mistake.
I thought you were
and Kyiv was in Russia. Anyway, so this 4th email showing you the schedule. The week following Kyiv is meeting, people from Kazakhstan. Right now, it makes sense. That's when Joe Biden took this picture. Back to Ms. South's question, do you know when Joe Biden took this picture? It's 2014 June. Or 2014 April or to May, that when Biden visited Kyiv, in Ukraine. Yes. These are all connected now.
And then the 7, I also already mentioned that that's on May 15, right? So that's when they appoint the former Polish president, Aleksander Kowalski.
Yeah, and that's probably, Heather was involved because he was in charge of dealing the media relations, finding the crisis solution.
Yeah. So that's our first attempt to to explain this all email. But I think that more insight and more deeper analysis should be disclosed. And also maybe there are more emails comes out today. I'm not sure. So.
Yeah, so these emails we've already declassified. I think we did a good job today. Yeah, I'll just repeat it again for our audience. So actually, I don't want to repeat. I already said it, like what Joe Biden was assigned to what he needs to do in Ukraine on behalf of U.S. government and U.S. people. Instead, he did it. He went to Ukraine and arranged this, private meeting, which will benefit his family, his son, and himself actually. So it's totally, he's totally a traitor to U.S. people. He totally compromised himself to foreign governments. Hunter Biden was running a foreign agent on behalf of Ukraine, and so is Joe Biden. So I don't know why. I think a lot of media already revealed all these reasonable questions to the public. Still, there are a lot of media they're censoring all these information. Yeah, you guys want to talk more about other topics, or you want to keep going on these declassified emails?
I think I am good. Like this is first our attempt for the first 6 email disclosed. So I'm not sure if they have more, and then I think that more deeper digging should be done for the background for all the stuff. And so far I can only think of that what's the big event in China is the President Xi's the campaign, anti-corruption campaign, and then took down the 2 highest ranking officers. And also,
what a coincidence! The President Xi was doing this anti-corruption, so was Ukraine, and that's why Joe Biden was sent to Ukraine. One of the reasons was anti.
Yeah. So also that's the
corruption.
Also, they have a final deal with the Russians, with those pipeline, the gas pipeline, and maybe that's connected because the energy. I remember somebody do some analysis before, between the Ukraine energy and the Russian energy and the Chinese deal. Yeah. So, but I need to go back to visit those cases and then see how I can connect them together. Yeah. So now I thought, it's much better right now after today. we try to declassify it, and I'm not sure what else you guys have. Yeah. So that's I'm okay right now. Yeah, I think that is 2-ish. Yeah, so
it all makes sense now, and that's usually the the CCP doing on the paper they coordinated. We all go to anti-corruption from China and to Ukraine and to Russia. Not really what they're doing, just opposite. That's the always just think about it. Anytime they throw this bigger campaign, and they will do just opposite, and that's all makes sense now.
Yeah. Also, in 2014, the Hong Kong umbrella movement, but that's I don't think that's really related. And then also I'm not sure about the Malaysian the airplane accidents. I'm not sure. And then also Alibaba joined the New York Stock Exchange. So there's lots of things happening in 2014. Also the reform of the One Choi policy. But now I think the most close one to those ones are the President Xi's anti-corruption campaign. So, and the pipeline from Russia. So unless you guys have more to say, otherwise, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So our show, normally finish at 2 or 2-ish. And if do you have anything to add, Mr. Sun?
No, I'm basically for the audience. Tune in. We have more to coming every day, and you'll see a lot thing you never see before. Yeah.
So we are gonna have more in the evening from 5 to 6, and also we will have the English episode from 12 to 2 every day, and 5 to 6 in the afternoon. Have 2 parts every day to declassify all those from the laptop from the health, and see what's the connection between the Biden family and CCP, and also what is inside those hard drives, and tell us the truth about the Biden family. So thanks all for joining us today, and we are gonna see you in the afternoon. Okay.
他们的恐惧是我们的武器，我们的胜利。谢谢了，兄弟姐妹们，你们健身了吗？行动，行动，行动！中共，你完了 ！Take down the CCP！
Just beginning for the games you want to play. Bring it on and now we'll fight to the end. Just watch and see. It's all started, everything's begun, and you are over. Cause we're taking down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all life for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word on the Hong Kong. Let's take down the CCP. The bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. 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 Let the bullets fly a little longer.
干灭中国共产党这个 CCP， 还能让我们远离恐惧。Take down CCP.
They try to scare the nation with fabrication, but we see through the lies. We won't fall, we will fight you back. Police corruption with crooked assumption. They ran our lives, but no more. We will win, we will take down the CCP. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. We will fight till they're all gone. We rejoice when there's no more. Let's take down the CCP. They have all life for too long. We will end what they do wrong. Spread the word all through Hong Kong. Let's take down the CCP. The bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
站起来吧！
Let the bullets fly a little
被
longer.
奴役的人
Let
们，
the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
行动！
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
完了
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer. Bullets fly a little longer, and you will surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer. We will have freedom to live. We will win. You'll surrender. Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down
Let the bullets fly a little longer.
Take down the evil CCP.